Now, if he told me I was doing it all wrong, I might actually sit down and listen to that guy.
No, you wouldn't have.
Oh, no,
Chuckles the Clown does not listen to constructive commentary from anybody.
You're right. But you know something? He's got to be doing something right because he's not wrestling and he's still making money. Can you say that, Virgil? Can you? Can you really say that? I don't think so. I don't see you on anything. No.
And I'll tell you the thing. If I remember DDP correctly, didn't he break into professional wrestling when he was in his 30s?
Yeah.
Which is almost unheard of.
Not only that, but he captured the world title like he did as quickly as he did.
Yeah, but he did it at WCW, so he gets demoted for that.
Oh, come on, man. Now I just lost a listener.
I'm giving him credit for his accomplishments. I'm giving him 100% respect. Nobody starts a professional wrestling career at the age of 35, whatever he was. Nobody, right. And succeeds. So he succeeded in pro wrestling at that age as a beginner. That's impressive.
Now, to talk about success right now, a lot of people tuning into television the last 5 years before now, there was nothing up there but reality TV. Now, comic books are breaking the airwaves.
Right.
And one of the heaviest comic books out there to be breaking the airwaves is DC. They're releasing show after show they're very watchable in my mind. Some really stray away from the comics a lot, but that's okay because I take into mind that it's a television show, and just like the movies, I got to enjoy it, not criticize it. But it is making the kids want to pick up the books and read them and bringing the love for comics back into life.
Which is a good thing. Very
good thing. Because I was under the impression a couple of years back that comics are going to do a nosedive. Mm-hmm. Because you saw comic stores going extinct. The only way you could pick up a comic book is going at Rock Hill Flea Market, and they were probably using it as a coffee holder. And the only ones that were with any value were the ones that were the collector's one. Because, let's face it, the 80s and 90s comics, they were mass-produced. They're not worth crap. They really aren't.
They're really not. And I'll tell you, as a former comics collector and a former big fan of comic books, they lost me. Now I have the ultimate respect for, the apps, like Photoshop, the artistic apps. I'm knowledgeable. I use them myself. But it just seems to me that you lose something in a comic format when they're computer produced. I mean, and then I know that the argument will be that it's cheaper, to do it this way, and it's more time saving. But somehow, before Photoshop and these other apps, somehow back in the 60s, 70s, early 80s, Marvel and DC managed magically to have their whole line of comics hand-drawn and inked by deadline date.
Well, when the apocalypse comes, Mr. Garner, we're going to have to make sure you are frozen so that when the computers go down, you can remind our folks out there how to do this, because computer age will be gone, so that way we can save comic books. So I'll make sure to save you when the apocalypse go down so that we can enjoy comics 20 to 30 years down past the apocalypse age that is amongst us.
We'll be inking the comics on the cave walls again.
I hope so.
As they should be.
They should never be lost, and they're not going to be lost anytime soon. If you have looked up at either DC or Marvel's list for shows and movies that are scripted into 2019, some of these characters, I don't know how they're going to do it. Marvel, or Miss Marvel there, she's not really a big character.
Captain Marvel.
Not really a big character, but they're going to make a movie out of her.
I think, I'll tell you, if they do it right, I think that could be successful. I mean, a character doesn't have to be big time. The character it always helps. I mean, if you have a franchise character from the get-go, that helps. But you can take a minor character. Now, for example, Wolverine was always well-known, beloved of X-Men fans, but he wasn't of the stature of Superman, Spider-Man, the Hulk, as far in the public eye.
Actually, Wolverine started his career with the Incredible Hulk.
But as a supporting character.
Yes, he was not a main character.
That's my point. He went from a supporting character to as big a name as the major characters now.
But I kind of think this is kind of like taking Booster Gold and making a movie out of him. That's the same level that I put Captain Marvel at.
Well, it depends on the quality of the character. I mean, I know what you're saying. It'd be like trying to take Virgil and make a main eventer out of him, in some senses.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Right, but that's because Virgil is a person with no persona in the first place. But whereas, if I remember correctly, Captain Marvel got her origin, was it the Avengers?
The Avengers where she started.
Yes, I used to own that comic, and I may still. And I was impressed. I mean, I liked the persona, the personality, and I liked the superpowers.
You just like the big boobies that were showing through the spandex. Don't lie, man.
Every Marvel female has big boobies showing
DC,
through the spandex.
They all have them, and that's why us guys and us girls like that stuff.
Right, and that's how I know that I wasn't just admiring the boobies showing through the spandex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take
you
that.
Follow what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I don't believe you. I don't believe a word you say, Mr. George. But, however, you should believe me in the word I'm saying right here. Now, even if you don't own a television, this is a day and age where you still
First of all,
catch...
no, wait. Stop. I'm not going to let that go. If somebody that doesn't own a television, somebody that is not in listening distance of a television, you are, I don't know what's the word for it. You are not part of the universal fabric of this reality. You're just not.
People don't. They don't own television. I know people that just run off of computer screens. I know a lot of folks that won't buy television because it's useless. I know some good friends of mine that didn't have a television in their room for years, right? But you still can catch the shows that they're putting out there, like Arrow. Have you caught that one?
No.
Pretty good show. A lot of fans out there are going crazy right now because I mentioned that. And talking about turning jobbers into major characters, as a recently addition to it, The Flash, whose major villains, with the exception of Gorilla God and all that, they're jobbers. But somehow they are big enough where it's grabbing the younger crowd's audience. Captain Cold, that's not really a big character.
See, it depends. Struggles. Like I said, I'm going to have to just debate with you a little bit. It depends what you mean by big character. In other words, just because a person is a supporting character in comics or anything else doesn't mean that they're not a significant character.
Well, the Rogues are definitely a significant character. You couldn't have Flash without the Rogues. But they were usually the second fiddle villains. Not anymore.
Right.
They're in the eyes and they're becoming bigger name villains, where some of those second fiddle villains that they're pulling up, even I say, who's that? Because I remember reading this stuff, but you don't see these guys in there too often.
Right. I think what they're trying to do, though, is you have to look at the commercial side of things. What they're trying to do is, it's kind of like throwing a bunch of chewing gum, chewed pieces against the wall and see what sticks. What they're trying to do is develop new franchises. So they know that they're going to run out of the Hulks and the Spider-Men and the Supermen and the Batmen. There's only a limited number of those caliber of characters. So what they're trying to do is almost from scratch develop a whole new harvest of characters that will grow in stature that they can make movie franchises from and TV franchises from.
And I tell you, they're succeeding. DC is succeeding more so than Marvel. Marvel has S.H.I.E.L.D. up there right now, which is okay. It's not a great show. I mean, the whole Hydra thing is pretty cool, but it's nothing in comparison to what DC's put out. And as of recently, they just put out another one that one of my favorite characters, Constantine. And this is cool. This is kind of like taking Supernatural out there, putting it in a DC world and making it all bloody, gory, and you're having a smoking, drinking Australian up there taking down the underworld. What's not to like about that?
Yeah, so would you say that maybe Marvel is doing better on the big screen and DC is doing better on the small screen?
They are, but I don't think for long. Because once that Batman-Superman thing launches and the Justice League come out, I think Marvel's going to be fighting.
Is this the Batman versus Superman that I've heard about?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to be a fight. I mean, some of these movies that they have coming out, they're pretty strong characters. And it's going to be really interesting to see what each one of these guys go at. It's actually really the competition of Warner Brothers versus Disney. Let's see who can make the bigger movie. And this is going to be awesome for us nerd fans because we get to sit down and enjoy this awesomeness because you have LucasArts on Disney's special effects putting all this stuff through here, and then you have Warner Brothers special effects, so it's incredible.
Yeah. To me, the standard is going to beat, as of now, is the Avengers movie. I've already watched that.
Age of Ultron, that is going to be good.
Yeah, well, Ultron is going to be black and red, though, isn't he?
Well, yeah, I know you're upset about that. And we do care a lot about comics around here, just like we care a lot about music around here. And not to forget our fellows from Faith No More, here on Chuckles Crypt, Rhode Island Free Radio. We are going down to We Care a Lot.
I'm not the one who's so far away when I feel the snake bite and tear my veins. Never did I wanna be here again, and I don't remember why I came.